long time no speak. Hope you guys have had a very, very good trading day so far. For anyone that is new on this call, my goal today is to give you guys some good market analysis. I'm going to teach you guys how to do this shit by yourself. Okay, that is my main goal. The goal is for you guys to learn how to mark up a chart so that you guys can enter the market whenever you want. Yes, I do need to start recording this.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress. All right, cool. So, for anyone who wants to know a few very easy tips on what you guys need to do, it is learn MetaTrader 5 as quickly as you can. Yes, learn MetaTrader 5 as quickly as you can. It's very, very important. Oh, we've maxed out at 500 people. That's a shame. Let me see if I can. Thought I updated this so that we could get more than 1,000 people. Okay, so give me one sec, guys. Dun dun dun. I just want to see if I can. Well, I upgraded this already. If not, then it's gonna have to be for next time. But I did do it. You know when you did just do something. So, all right. Well, it is what it is, unfortunately. All right, cool. So, yeah, top tip. Really get familiar with MetaTrader 5. Entering trades can be very quick. You can do it in a split second. Modifying trades can be very, very quick. It can be done in a split second. Moving stop loss to break even can be done in a split second. There's a lot of things that you can do on MetaTrader that will make your life easier when taking trades. Nothing is more frustrating than losing money on a trade for something stupid rather than it actually going the wrong way. Okay, so I do want you guys to learn MetaTrader 5 as much as you can. Guys, there's YouTube. You can go on there, you can check it out. In the meantime, let's dive in to the markets and see what is happening at the moment. And let's go from there. Sorry, I left this like this from earlier, because obviously with you guys, I'm going to do it from the beginning, like I always do. And we're going to go from there. So first things first, for our time frame, I'm going to delete everything so we can talk. Okay, cool. Newbies, okay? Anyone who is brand new, step one, number one, main thing that you need to do is get tradingview.com. Just type it in, okay? On your laptop, on your iPad, wherever it may be. Tradingview.com gives you a very broader picture for you to do your market analysis on all the trades that you take. So very, very important. And number one, tradingview.com, okay? Once you are there, it will look something like this, okay? On the top left-hand side, you can see the symbol search. And as you can see, we have XAU USD, which is gold, against the US dollar, okay? Then next to it, we have a bunch of time frames, okay, which we're going to talk about in 1 minute. If I go along a little bit, I've got indicators. I click on my indicators. Now, the only indicator that I use is FVG, which stands for fair value gap. It's where there's liquidity within the market. It's a very interesting area. I'm going to talk about this. And the first one you click on is this one here, which is fair value gap, Nephew Sam. You click it one time and it's done. Then your screen will look like mine, where you will see FVG here. Okay, so you're aware where the liquidity areas of the market is. Okay. Then on the left-hand side, we have a bunch of tools. This stuff does absolutely everything that you can possibly imagine. Okay, and we're gonna click on a few of them as we go along, so that you can really have a good idea on what everything does. But I only use a handful of these tools. I don't go crazy. I don't end up using absolutely everything because it is unnecessary. The goal here is very, very simple, ladies and gents. The goal is for you to be able to simplify what we are looking at. You don't want to overthink things. You want to keep it super simple. But more importantly, you don't want to like overdo it. because the truth of the matter is nobody really knows what way the market is going, okay? Like nobody, okay? This is all governed by banks, institutions, big players within the game that are making this industry move. In fact, this industry is revenuing $8 trillion every 24 hours, okay? So really fathom that. There is nothing, no company, no football league, no NBA league, no Bollywood or Hollywood that even comes close to the revenue that this industry is doing. Why? Because we're talking about the world and its economy as a whole under one umbrella, okay? So for you to come into this game, into this world, okay, and take a smidge, the smallest fraction, the smallest percentage, okay, of an $8 trillion industry on a daily basis, daily, every 24 hours, is all that you are looking to do. That smidge, that small fraction, that small percentage is more than enough to change the entire direction of your life. And I'm someone who has personally experienced this. And I know many, many other individuals that also have. And there's a lot of people that have, and you'll never know about them. Why? Because they made so much money, they disappeared. Okay? Just a reality of a lot of people. So bear that in mind. Let's dive into how we're going to mark this up. Now, what you want to do is you want to create a picture, okay, that makes sense to you and obviously makes sense to anyone who understands the charts, okay? So first things first, up here on the top, I'm on the 4-hour time frame. That means each and every single one of these candlesticks, the red and the green ones, represents what the market did in a 4-hour time frame. Okay, so when I zoom out, I can see not 4 hours, I can see, you know, as far back as August the 28th, 2025, which it says here at the bottom at 9 p.m. right? So I can see everything. I can go as far back as I want till the start, from the very beginning of when gold and US dollar, you know, came onto trading view as such. Okay, so we can really, really see, you know, what is happening here. And it allows us to really milk the crap out of the markets because we can only go by data, and data is something that has already happened. And the way that gold works is it usually does what it's done before, okay? And it will reciprocate that and repeat it multiple times over a period of handful of years. So you can catch those elements of data by analyzing the market, allowing you to make an educated decision on whether it's going to go up or down. Now, yes, there is news that can really with this because it is gold against the US dollar, one of the most volatile pairs in the market, which is why we trade it, because we can make a ton of money with it if and when we get it right, which naturally allows us to make that smidge, make that percentage that will really change the game for you. Okay, so first things first, I want to draw some support and resistance for you guys to really understand what I am looking for at the minute. So first things first, I will draw a horizontal line at the very top, okay, of my chart. Why? Because here, this line here represents where the market touched on numerous occasions, okay, and then reversed, okay? So we can see here, it touched and it reversed, okay, on numerous occasions. Let me just check something here. Is everyone muted? No. Okay, cool. Now everyone is muted. Sorry, guys, don't want to be rude. Okay, so then I can take this off because we can all identify that. We can all see, okay, that the market touched this price and then reversed, came back down, came back up, touched it and reversed. So now it's evident, clean as day, that something at this price point here, which is highlighted, has made this market react the way that it has, okay? So if I just zoom in a little bit, if I want to be really, really extra, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but for you guys, I want to be extra because it's important. I'm going to draw right at the top. So we can see that 43.79.48 was the price that gold reached, which was its all-time high, by the way, which means it's the highest it's ever been. It then reversed, dropped its absolute knickers for like how much? Like 1,790 pips. It dropped. So then went all the way back up, touched the same price. Imagine, okay? And then it dropped all the way again, okay? And done this time a lot more. So my first line, evident that there's something going on there. I'm going to draw a line there and I'm going to leave it there because I'm now going to start drawing out this photo, okay, and this picture. Okay, cool. Now, and we can call this line a resistance. Some people call it a ceiling, okay? The other terminology is known as floor or support, okay? Just so you guys are fully aware. But for now, we can just call it support. Doesn't really matter. Or we can call it the ceiling, whatever's good for you guys. Okay, next, I am going to draw another line right here because I can see that the market touched this price right here and then reversed, touched it and then reversed, okay? Pushed up, broke it, okay? Done what it needed to do up here. And when it came back down, it came to this price point right here and then pushed off again, which is a very clear line that 38.96.68 is a very strong support or floor for us to genuinely draw this horizontal line on and continue with our amazing artwork that we are doing right now, and go from there. So, sorry, I'm just getting some questions. Guys, you know your questions. I'm going to do my utmost best to answer them, obviously, but bear with me. I just started, and what I'm trying to do is I want to mark this out completely and see if there's a setup. Because if we can make money together on the call, then why not, right? So now I've got two support lines, or a support and a resistance, or a floor and a ceiling. And all what I've done is I've kind of boxed off on what I want to look for. I don't really care what is going on over here, all right? You guys should see my mouse. I don't really care what's going on down here. It means nothing to me right now, okay? All that really matters to me, if I zoom in, is what is going on in this space right here, okay, is all I care about. Now, I want to dive in a little deeper to see if there is, you know, like what's next, right? Because the idea is you start on a big time frame, and as you start making these zones, which is what we're basically doing, you will find that when you go onto a smaller time frame, you will find your perfect entry, or you will find an area of interest which allows you to say, okay, cool. Once it reaches this area, I can enter a buy or a sell, okay? So let's go to the next one, or the next area that we see, okay? Give me one moment. Yeah, right there. Okay, right there. And I know there's another one. I'm going to show you why. There's another one here. There. Okay, cool. So why have I drawn these two lines here? So here you can see two touches on the left-hand side at this specific price, and then it completely and utterly dropped. Yeah. Then on the other line, lower, you can see that it also came here and then reversed, okay, and pushed up from it. It also did the same here. It also done the same here on this bottom line. It also wicked off it a numerous amount of times. Bear in mind, we're on a 4-hour time frame. That means he did it for bloody hours. Okay. If I just want to make sure I got this line straight, 1 second. Once again, I don't want to rush this. I want to show you guys how important it is to be super duper clear. So I'll probably put this a little bit lower, like there. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I could see that it basically came down here and went up quite quickly. It's almost above the line. Here it wicked off it clean as day. I can also see, that's all I can see. Yeah. And then up here, you can see a very clean touch here. Very clean touch here. Very clean touches here, a bunch of them. So it's quite evident, you know, on how many areas it has touched on these horizontal lines, okay? Because that's all you're looking for. Look, there's another one right here. If I just do this here. Yeah? Okay, cool. I hope you guys can see that. Okay, so now what I've done, so sorry, I'm just going to delete these circles because I don't want it to look messy, but I want to like obviously allow you guys to you know, to really see exactly what I'm talking about, because the whole point of these calls is for you to actually learn so that you can do it off your own back. Obviously, in the meantime, you have me, which is all good. Okay, so we'll just delete this real quick. Okay, cool. So now we've got these additional lines in, and we can now see that our box or our area has just become a little bit smaller for us to now zoom in a little bit deeper to see if we see any other movement, okay? Or any other areas that we can call it a support or resistance. So I'm gonna put we've got one there because I can see. Okay, so obviously, evidently, I can see that. Evidently, I can see that. Okay, but if I go here, and I'll show you guys this rallier that it had, you can see here that we've got numerous touches here, okay, and pushing up off this line. Okay, although it broke it, no problem, right? Looking at the bigger time frame, which is on the 4 hours, and you can see here, it did not want to go past it. And you can also see this very odd looking candle here that makes you believe that it means something alongside this price here, because you've got like basically a continuous red or green candles that go all the way up, and then you got this very odd looking candle here. Okay, so that is one of our other lines. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try and identify anything else that I see. Obviously, I'm gonna be seeing it with you guys. So we've got 500 sets of eyes. It's a lot of eyes. Imagine if 500 of us could see something, and if we can all see it, would you back it? Would you back it? Okay, cool. So this is a 4-hour trend line, okay? A 4-hour trend line is very, very strong. I have made a lot of money off this 4-hour trend line, just so you guys are fully aware. And you guys can also do the same. And all it is you can see from here, from one of our supports, a diagonal line, and you can see how many times it has respected this line. So if I took a trend line from like here, for example, and I was like, all right, cool, and I dragged this all the way along, every time it came to around here, I know that I could enter this trade as a buy. Okay. Now, a massive gap here, and we have all of these fair value gaps here as well. Okay. FVG is the liquidity that's left in the market. That makes me believe that it's probably going to sell, right? But I don't know yet, which is why I'm not doing anything more other than zoning in a little bit more into what is happening here. Okay. So let's just go back to get rid of these. I'm going to leave the trend line there because the trend line is a very good indicator for us in regards to direction. Okay. Now look, it's very important for you guys to understand something. When you're looking at the 4-hour time frame, it's also very important that you guys are aware of the direction of the trade. So okay, so let me do it like this. It's going to be question time. Get ready to chat something to me in the box. But look. Looking at this, okay, what I've highlighted, has gold been buying or has gold been selling? Looking at this image here in the chat box right now, please, to make sure that each and every single one of you, you know, understands what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. Do you see if gold has been buying here or if it has been selling? Please let me know. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Where are my people at? Well, a lot of messages coming through. Okay. Yeah, someone's getting it right. Most of you are getting it right. Let's see if this person said, yeah, they got it right as well. Oh, bullish, that is me. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So by the looks of it, you all get it. It is buying, okay? It is buying, correct. For anyone that said both, okay, just FYI, this trend line is moving in an upwards direction, which means that it has been buying. This is the lowest point, which I'm going to show you here. This is the lowest point of this box, and we can see that this is the highest, okay? And you can see that this is where the market is now. So if I was to get a line and I was to draw it kind of like that, it's an upwards direction, all right? So we know that the biasness on gold over the last, what, since Tuesday, the 28th of October, 2025 at 9 a.m., gold started to buy, okay? Super duper extra. I know, I do apologize, but that's what TradingView allows you to do. It allows you to be extra so that you get your shit right. It's very important. All right, cool. Delete. Okay, so we can see that it has been buying, okay? Now, yes, we can see some fat sells, okay? That's happened as well, all right? But the overall biasness of gold is that it has been buying, okay? And it has been, by the looks of it, it's been creeping back up or trying to creep up to this all-time high again, okay? Now, I don't know how long it will take to get there, okay? But what I can tell you is that it looks like it's going in that direction, okay? So now I'm going to look for some other areas of interest to see what's happening here. So what I want to do is I want to zone it like really zoom in here. So here we had this massive break, okay, and then push up, okay? And it created like what's called an order block, which is also an institutional terminology. When you have a massive red candle and then a green candle that matches, then typically that is an order block where price usually changes direction. Now, if I draw a line here, I'm gonna zoom in a bit more because I want to be really, really, really like on point here. Because this is gonna matter to us, FYI. If I draw this line right there, okay, and I draw another line at the wick, because I just want to know what's going on. Sometimes this is how I work things out, all right? So this was quite a big, bold move, okay? This was when gold hit all-time high, all right, twice. And the area it turned around from on the price was this price right here, which is 42.06, okay? So now what I want to do is I just want to, and then all I've done is I've drawn another line at the bottom of the wick, just because it's kind of created a zone. And I want to see what that does. And the way I'm going to really know is I'm going to grab a rectangle box, and I can see even from here. So let me bring this like that. All right, so I've highlighted this area. Okay, cool. So now I've got a gray highlighted area with a red outline that for anyone that cannot see. And we're just going to examine this area now to see what price did in this zone and why it's so important, right? So already obviously from the get-go, I can see brush. I can see here, these are the tops, okay? It took some time. It took 4, 8, 12, 16 to 20 hours before I had a breakthrough. Then we can see here where it turned around completely. Then here we have got more rejection. When it pushed up, it rejected for what? 4, 8 hours. Once again, broke it, came back up, rejected on this candle, on a 4-hour candle. Let me just make this clearer so you can see it. This part here. Okay. Let's scroll. Oh, scrolling too hard. And then we're going to come here. We can see there was a rejection here. Okay, it rejected. We can see it rejected here a bunch of times as well. Cool. Yeah. And now we are here. We are in the zone, the decision-making zone. Okay, cool. I like the look of this. Why? Because where we have marked up is practically where gold is right now. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave my highlighted box. Okay, because it's a zone. Yeah. What's the best way to... So here, something's going to happen. About to find out what, but something. And the way I'm going to find out is I am going to teach you guys about dropping from a 4-hour time frame to a 15-minute. Now we are on a 15-minute time frame. That means that each one of these candlesticks represents 15 minutes. Okay. Now I'm going to come along here and I'm going to see what's happening. Okay. Now, first things first, I'm going to grab a quick trend line to see if there's any evident moves that is going on from here. I'm like, cool. Yeah. That's somewhat evident. I'll go from here. Where would I do it from? From there. All right, so I've created a channel, okay? Now, a channel is when you've got two trend lines running alongside each other. First one I took from the wick, and I followed it to the body of these, okay? And it took me to around here. Second one was this lower candlestick, I followed it along. You can see it's wicked off here before, and it's wicked off here before, and it wicked off it before. It's created a reaction, and now it is buying. Okay, cool. So, and all I'm doing is I'm identifying a safe zone when to enter the market, and obviously try and pick the direction, right? So once again, looking at these two trend lines, okay, what direction is gold going in right now? Okay, is it buying or is it selling? Let's have a look from the bottom here, okay, to the top here. Or if you, yeah, so all I'm talking about is from here up to here, down to here. This little box here that I've made, look at my artwork, okay? Is it buying or is it selling? All right, someone said buying. Someone else said buying. Someone else said, did you do what? How do you chart? All right, guys, a lot of your questions or stuff I've already covered. You're killing me, but I'm going to cover it anyway. Yes, 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 buying, buying, buying. Yes, the answer to your question is it is buying, okay? Now, I'm on a 15-minute time frame, okay? I feel quite comfortable about buying right now. So now what I want to do is I want to go, okay, where am I buying from? Because obviously the trade has left me. Now, typically, I would have entered on this candle here. The fact that it rejected and then it's pushed back up, I would enter a buy. But we want to look at some other areas that to confirm that it's a buy, right? So based on this, I need to find out where it's going to see even if it's worth a trade. Yeah, it can go there. It can go even to here. All right, this is looking good. Looking good for a buy so far. If I was to enter here, where would be my stop loss? The stop loss would be below this second wick, which is a bit low for my liking. 41.97 to probably 8 now. It's like 110 pips. Not interested, so I'm going to make this tighter. This can probably go to 42.37 if it wanted to, which is a ton of pips. We're talking around 300 pips. Let me just move to the 5 minutes, see if I can get a cheeky entrance for us. Maybe I should have my stop loss there. That'd make it more worth it. All right, guys, buy. Buy gold now, okay? Just buy. Okay, buy. Not for buy, I'm not going anywhere, but just buy gold. Buy. All right, so this reaction here, if we had entered at the correct time, we would have made some decent dough already. Because we would have got in at, as soon as this went green, it would have gone in at this candle here. So we would have gone in at 23.03. And it moved a cheeky, so far, 58 pips would have been really nice for us. Okay, a lot of you guys are already in this buy now and you're already in profit. In fact, if you are in profit right now, drop me a message in the chat box, say profit. Profit, say profit. You got to remember, guys, that, yeah, the perfect entry was here, okay? But we are not retards. And what I mean by that is there's two fair value gaps here, which makes me believe he wants to touch them at least. That's enough pips. That's money. That will cover lunch. So that will cover many things. It should push up, right? We have a bit of resistance here on the left-hand side, and hopefully it doesn't annoy us too much. But it's a nice clean break. We want it to break a little bit higher, of course, and we want to make some good money from this trade, okay? Make some money. Money. Okay, cool. So we look at the chat quickly. Someone's put, what is our stop loss? We don't have one. I'm only kidding. Right. So basically, on this particular trade, my stop loss is highlighted here on this red bit. So it would have been like 42.01. You can move. I mean, look, personally, I don't expect this to come down. I expect this to be the continuum red candle and to be pushing up. Okay. And we should be in some decent profit right now. Okay. We want it to push up obviously a lot higher, and hopefully we will get that. Remember, guys, you know what a stop loss is for? The stop loss is when you're not looking at your phone. You guys are all on this with me right now. So we are watching our phones, trying to panic about. No stress, no worries. Stay calm. We're not on a chicken dinner. Quick £30, winning. Send me a $5. Only joking. It's all good. It's all love. Any of you guys are happy with a profit, take it. Yeah? Just take it. It's just the beginning. If I see more stuff, I'm going to keep calling it out. Okay? I'm going to always forever call it out. So I still believe this is a buy, by the way, yeah? Like, if I have to be really honest with you guys, there's a fair value gap here, yeah? And I reckon it's going to want to touch that, which is at 42.13. And if it does break that, it's probably going to want to touch this fair value gap here, which is at 42.15. Then if it breaks that, it's going to want to go to 42.19, okay, which gives you guys a lot of profit because we entered around here, 0708. We should have got in that when I was screaming buy, which is what, 50, 60 pips to the first TP. Second TP is going to be like an additional 20 pips, basically like 70, 80 pips, and then an additional 40 pips to TP3, which makes it like 110, 120 pips. Okay. And then obviously if it breaks all of that, which I'd like to think it wants to, it will go up here. Now, I'm not saying for you guys to hold your trades that long, but obviously you can if you fancy it. That's 299 pips. Okay. Free of charge, 299 pips. What, pound on that? It's £299. You put more on it, well, it becomes a lot more, doesn't it? So everyone should be in profit. Whoever entered this trade should be in profit right now. You're up probably around 20, 30 pips, give or take. Okay. Like I said, I want to see it push a bit higher. It has made two fair value gaps here, which means it might want to come down, touch it, then go back up. But I just feel like it wants to touch this area here at least. So let's wait and see what it does. Let me go through some chats in the meantime. Oh, Mike went late. It's all right, mate. Don't stress. It's all good. Still believe it's going to go up. Lovely. Well, Callum, you took the trade from this morning. Oh, you must be up, right? It'd be nice if you would do more live trading. Yeah, it would. It would be nice. You're right. But guys, I have a life, so I'm trying to be as polite as possible and do these calls as much as I can with you guys. But it is jarring. I traded like crazy from like the last 10 years. So yeah, I kind of like earned some time alone. Yeah. Simon, it's go to indicators and type in FVG, which stands for fair value gap, and it's nephew Sam, which is the exact thing to use. Do you see a possibility of a touch 193, 196, 596? Yeah, it's possible. But guys, look, let me tell you something, okay? When it comes to trading, your goal is to come in, grab some money, leave, come back into the money, grab some money, leave. You are not in any position to be holding the trades for weeks or days or months, and so, because there's no point, okay? Let me tell you the real motto when it comes to life, when it comes to as a trader, okay? It's cash flow. You know, right? If you are trading, okay, and you are seeing the numbers on your screen, but you're not seeing it in your bank account or in your wallet or in your purse, then it's not real. That makes sense. If you're not withdrawing your money and spending the money that you have made, you are not a trader. You are not making money, okay? So it's very, very important from the bottom of my heart, and I really mean this in the nicest possible way, is when you make money, take it out, go and buy a Snickers bar. Take it out, go and pay your bills. Take it out, go buy a car. Take it out, go on holiday, okay? Then it becomes real, okay? And you lot will start to understand the value of trading a lot more, which will allow you to not hold trades in and wait for it to hit stop loss or wait for it to hit TP as such. Because the truth of the matter is you're coming in and you want to grab 20, 30 pips. I have friends today, right? Today, I swear to God, you know what they do? They trade every day, okay? They trade for about 5 minutes a day. They catch around 30 pips, which is gold moving $3. And because of their account size and the lot size that they do, that 30 pips is enough to fund most people's year on average, okay? So don't have the psychology in your head where you're like, oh, I want to come in, I want to catch 1,000 pips. No, your goal is to come in, catch 30 pips, catch 50 pips, catch 30 pips, catch 50 pips, catch 40 pips, catch 30 pips, catch 25 pips, right? That's your goal because you want to be taking that money. That's all I want you guys to do, okay? I don't want you guys to be sitting on the screen looking at your MetaTrader thinking, oh, look at all this money I have. No, the goal is for you to make money from less money than you started with, obviously, okay? And build that up and then take it out. Otherwise, it's not real. It's that simple. So, yeah, hope that makes sense in the nicest possible way. Because a lot of people are, you know, they're holding trades, they're waiting to hit £1 million. You got 500 quid in your account. You're not gonna make a mil. Okay. It's just I'm just being brutally honest because some people they need some honesty. Do you need question? Do you normally make your entries through 5-minute time frame or 1 minute? 5 minutes. I use minute for the brain 2 minutes. Okay. Someone's put my trade's not in profit right now. Yeah, I see that. So you entered later than everybody else. It's not a problem. I still believe it's a buy. It's going to go one way or the other. Why does your chart not look the same? I can't help you there. But I'm 42.10. Ones that you got in late. But it doesn't mean it's over. Okay. Bear with, guys. I'm just going through some more questions. When did you stop shitting yourself? Close it at £2 profit. That's so funny. Oh, Alex, crack me up, mate. Take the money. I'm trying to find training view, but I'm struggling. How do you do that by area on trading view? Okay, so basically here on the left-hand side, you know, long position and short position. Long position means that you're expecting a buy. Short position means you're expecting a sell. So when you click on it, it will give you this red and green box, just so you guys are fully aware. All right. Okay, cool. So let's see what the trade is doing now. Okay. Now it's come down. We can see the fair value gap here. Come to touch it, no problem. It's also a support line here, no problem, okay? We want to see a nice little bounce up like it's just done now. Let's see if it continues to push up or if it wants to continue to push down. We have a trend line here. It might want to touch it again, who knows? Last time it touched it, which was here, okay, it pushed up how many pips? Let's have a look. 92 pips last time it done that. So yeah, had a nice little push up from this fair value gap. Hopefully it continues. We want to see it break this. You guys are wondering, Ish, like I've entered this trade, okay, and like it was going into profit and then it reversed slightly, okay? You know, sometimes just grab a line and go to where it reversed, yeah? Put a line there, and in this example, I'm just going to change the style of it, and I want to make it red, and I want to make it thick so everyone can see. Okay, cool. But I've used this, look, this way it reversed from last time. It had a slight reaction. We're on a 5-minute time frame, by the way. What can we see? If I follow this line, look, I can see this. Had a reaction last time on the 5-minute, had another reaction here on the 5-minute. We can see he had a reaction right here. We can see it had a reaction right here. We can see it had multiple reactions here. We can see another reaction here. Okay, we can see more reactions right here. Okay. However, that's on a 5-minute time frame. What they do, right? So smaller time frame, it's less scary. Okay, we got in on a much bigger time frame on these support lines and on these trend lines, right? So this is support, that's the trend. These are bigger time frames, which means it's stronger than this stupid resistance that we have that we have right now. Okay, it's stronger. So technically speaking, if we want to be technical about it, this should, in theory, break this line and go and touch these fair value gaps, okay? Because this is the strategy that made me all my money, okay? So that's what it should technically do. Now I'm just gonna delete some of these lines so we can see what the hell's going on and go from there. Let me just get rid of these. Make it clean. I want you guys to have clarity, okay? Don't stress about this. Don't be so emotional about this. You've got to be numb, okay? Got to be numb. Got to be a little bit heartless, but in a nice way. All right, cool. So I'll bring this along a little bit so we can see something. All right, so look, we've got a fair value gap here. Cool, we wanted to touch it, no problem. Yeah, we have this black line here is on a 4-hour support. Okay, so once again, I'm not that worried if he wants to come and touch it again. These lines work like magnets. Okay, might come down, touch it from here, then push up. It's a waiting game. Patience is the most important thing right now. So let's be a little bit patient, see what it does. Ultimately, I want to see this moving in an upwards direction. Okay, maybe come up like that, come down, go back up. Because it's never just going to move in one direction unless there's news, okay? Or unless it breaks a super duper strong resistance point. In fact, let me see if I can identify one so I can show you guys when it's going to move like mad. Probably here. If gold was to reach 42.27, okay, because you've got all of these areas here, okay, where it's had a massive reaction every time. If it was to break that, they'll go like, let's say it's like making its way up, like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, like that. If it was to break this, it'd probably just go bam, straight up, because there's nothing here for some time. Okay, as you can see, it's very empty. And last time it did that, look where it did, it flew up. So most likely going to do the same because it's not been there for some time, just so you guys are fully aware. right? When you sometimes you're like, I just want to see it go straight up into profit. Yeah, that's when that is when you see that. Right, let me answer some more questions. Do it to enter on the 15-minute, 5-minute time frame. Is it bad to enter trade on 15? Listen, it really depends. You've got to take the view, okay? So, for example, if 15-minute time frame is marking up really, really well, then enter your trade on 15 minutes, okay? Wait for the candle to finish and then enter. But typically, I always enter on a 5-minute, typically, just so you guys are fully aware. If you miss a trade and it goes up and then comes back down 5 minutes later, would you enter back at the entry? Yes, I would enter again. Yes, I would. Someone's put profit. Profeta. We are profiting slowly but surely. What's the exact strategy? What exact strategy do you call this? As I want to write it in my notes. Call it the ish strategy. I'm joking. I don't have a name for it. It's just 10, 11 years of watching the crap out of this chart. And me putting together what I believe is the most important indicators or the most important factors of trading. I've kind of just put it together. Is this going to be uploaded on YouTube or somewhere else? Matt, maybe. I am going to put something together, of course. Bear with me. I'm recording all my videos, but because I keep swearing in them, I can't upload them everywhere. Questions. Ish, is it good practice to set up new chart every morning or carry on from there? Yes, Tony, at the beginning, if you're new, mark up your charts every day. Like every time I get on a call with you guys, I mark up a chart, so you lot should do the same. It does work. Choosing SL, can you explain again how you make a decision on where the stop loss goes and how many pips the stop loss is? Yes, I will do that for you guys right now. So let me just show you on this given example, right? So on this particular trade that we're in right now, right, this buy, I would make sure that my stop loss is at the bottom of the previous wick, right? So here, all right, is where, let me just make this straight 1 second. This is where my stop loss would be. Because if it was to break this, okay, if it was to break this, then it's most likely going to come and touch this next trend line here and then bounce up, which that might be too much money and I don't want to lose it, right? So that would typically be my stop loss. But if you look on the left and follow this red line, you can see how it's a very evident area where market has reacted from before. So typically you'd put it a little bit lower to give it that breathing space, okay? So you do it at like 41.99 area, basically, where you'd have your stop loss, okay? But I've obviously gone a little bit higher here because we've already moved. A lot of you guys have already taken profit, made money. And obviously, after you get some experience, you understand that this is supposed to just be a continuous green candle. If it isn't, it means we lost the trade and it's lesson learned, all right? But it's supposed to be green and it's supposed to be continuously moving up. That is from my experience, and over time, this is what this is telling me that it wants to do. But obviously, gold has a mind of its own, and me and Donald Trump are not close enough for me to push the market in the direction that I want it to go in. So typically, I'd say, all right, cool. It's one of them ones where I would give it some breathing space and put the stop loss, below the previous low. Now, at the same time, if you want to work out pips, you just go by where you entered and where you put your stop loss, just count the dollars and then times it by 10. So for example, if we entered this trade at 42.07 and I put the stop loss at 42.01, the difference between that is $6. So on gold is 6 times 10, which makes it 60 pips. So whatever amount lot size I did, I times it by 60. So if I'd done a 0.10, which is £1, I'll do £1 times 60, which is my stop loss. So I know that I'm going to lose £60 if I lose this trade. Just so you guys are fully aware. That's how you work it out. Okay, so let me just go back and see if there's any more questions. How can I easily journal my trades? Someone's put, how do I journal my trades? To be honest with you, on MetaTrader, you've got a history, right? It tells you how much you've deposited, how many trades you've done, what lot sizes you've done. You'll see your balance sheet at the bottom, like your P&L, profit and loss, so you'll know. If the weekly time frame is bullish and the 4-hour is bearish, which time frame makes better sense for you to trade in as a day trader? Good question. Probably 4 hours, because you're trading during the day and not doing a weekly thing. You got to remember, the bigger your time frame, then technically the bigger your stop loss. FYI. How do you determine where you put your TP 1, 2, and 3? It's just easy, man. Look, let me show you. We entered the trade here. Yeah, you would just draw lines, horizontal lines. So let's go to the 5-minute time frame. You would just draw. You'd look to the left and you'd see the previous, like where it's reacted the most, which is here. So TP1 would be like 42.10. Given the example we entered at the bottom, for example, although from where we entered to 42.10, went to is still 30 pips, which is what the signals are for you guys at the minute. That is what we are receiving. You drew another line at the top, but I drew out the real areas of TPs here. So the top one being 42.37, next one being 42.27, next one being 42.19, 42.15, 42.13. They're the areas like, so this will be like my TP 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Go back in the chat. Okay, so I was actually explaining this to my good friend James earlier when he was saying to me, what do you reckon gold's going to do? Blah, blah, blah. Right? The typical conversations that we have on a day-to-day basis. So here's what sets me apart from a lot of traders. Okay. I trade live. Okay. I don't guess, or I don't go, oh yeah, gold's gonna go up. No. I don't do any of that shit. What I do is I watch the market live, and given like what it is showing me, I'm gonna say, cool, it's a buy from here to here. That's how I do it. I don't wait and say, oh, tomorrow I bet gold will start at, I don't know, 3,500. No, like I never do that. So anyone that's like trying to anticipate where gold is going, or if anyone ever like rings you or messages you or even wants to have a conversation with going, yeah, gold's probably going to hit 4,100 tomorrow, something like that, they're just chatting shit. A, they don't know, and B, they don't know that. That's the reality. They don't actually know. If they tell you that, say, oh, well, you're lying, ain't you? You know, or it's your opinion, because that's all it is. I trade live. That gives me exact numbers, you know, as to what I believe gold is going to do. Okay, given that time frame, and that's what's going to set you guys apart, because you guys are going to ones that are going to have cash in your pockets from the trades that you're, that you're entering. So I hope that helps. Next question, bro. Do you use moving average average lines? No, I don't. Can you explain how to calculate pips? Yeah, so for every $1 that gold moves, that gold is now at 42.08. If it goes to 42.09, that's a $1 difference. That's the equivalent of 10 pips. Okay. Now, depending on your lot size is, for example, 0.01. That's 10p. So you do 10p times 10, which is £1, and that's how you would work out how much you're going to lose or win on a trade. Okay. do you also use Vantage or only just MetaTrader? That doesn't make any sense. The answer to your question is yes. My broker I use is Vantage, and my Vantage account is connected to my MetaTrader 5, which is where I trade from. So hopefully that answers your question. Next one, do you use the wick sizes as an indication to enter trade? Sometimes, if the wick is massive, it means there's a lot of liquidity left behind, so it will go from there. What is the name of the fair value gap on fair value, please, on TradingView? So it's FVG on indicators, and it's the first one, which is called Nephew Sam. Next question. Thank you. That's a great question. Okay, so someone's asked me a question on when the market is bullish, which is when it's buying, and it hits a few points of resistance, would I sell? Okay, or would I just stick to my buys? The honest answer is, if I did stick a sell in and it told me to kindly do one and it flew up, I'd be so annoyed at myself because I knew that the market was a buy. Okay, so I was like, why did I enter a sell? That's greed, and that's when you get greedy in this game. So the answer to your question is I always try and stick to the biasness of my trade. Okay, if it tells me it's now selling, then yeah, 100%, I'd close the sales, and I would, I'll definitely, enter a sell or whatever it is. Okay, so let's have a look. Next question. Why does your FBG have shadows? I don't understand that question, unfortunately. Always from out when a system starts around 10 p.m. I jumped out at 9:45 just to make sure it's done. Just so I know how long it's just off for each night. If I had to start with magic. Okay, cool. So when you are entering trades when gold closes for that 1 hour, I do my best not to be in the market at that time. There has been times, yeah, where I've got like 100 lots on as a buy in my early days, yeah, and then the market closes. I'm like, shit. Now I've got to wait an hour, and then an hour happens, and the market opens somewhere completely different. And sometimes, because it opens somewhere completely different, it doesn't register the stop loss. So I'll end up blowing all my account. And obviously, there's been other times where I've made a ton of money. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It has happened, okay? But the best thing I can tell you is don't be in any trades in that period. So in the UK, I think it's what? 11 o'clock? Is it 11 p.m.? Sorry, guys, I've been in Dubai for so long, I don't even know anymore. But yeah, it's like, for me in Dubai, it closes at 2 a.m. 2 till 3. So that means it's 10 p.m. in UK, 10 till 11, market's closed. Yes, that is true. So yeah, try not trade. Sometimes the signal provider analysis say that's dropped to buy or run not sell, then rebuy. Sometimes the signal provides analysis to say when price drops to this price, then we will buy. Why would we not sell then rebuy? Because Jack, that's greedy, buddy. And sometimes it's the drop that we need to happen for us to confirm the buy. That means sometimes it won't drop and it will just go. So that's why you don't enter a sell. I'm late. Are we in a trade? That's so funny. The answer to the question is yeah, we're in a buy. Do you do account management? I do not. I just manage my own account. So yeah, 11 p.m. Cool. Lovely. I like how a lot of you guys have got my back. It's nice. Other Telegram signals using Vantage or data. Sometimes I see them post values that my Vantage account does not match up. Are they paying for faster data feeds? No, they are using Vantage for data, and it's just because gold moves like an absolute crackhead, which means sometimes it's by the time the message gets sent out, it's at 2 different places. So unfortunately, like we all face that. So much work goes into this. It's been amazing. By the time I've been marked up, at the end of the day, trade, I guess a lot of people who can do this quickly. Yes, I can mark this up a million times for you guys, back to back. How many times do you think it will touch FEG? He's going down, respecting and going back up. Ben, probably maybe like 2-3 times. If we're going to respect it or it's going to disrespect it. So, yeah, no one really knows. Look, like for example, in this trade, yeah, I expected it to go from here up, and I was expecting that to be the buy. Okay, and it hasn't done that. Now it's doing this stupidness where it's consolidating like this. Okay, and obviously I'm hoping for it to just like, you know what I mean, go up. That's the goal. But stop loss is in place. It's no more than 60 pips. A lot of you have taken your profit already. And we are still around the entry mark. So, like I said, I'd like to see this buy-in and at least touching 32.13, 32.15, 32.19, 32.27, and 32.37, which we'll all find out later on today. Okay, hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, next question. Different sort of question. You're obviously worth a fortune. Why on earth are you sitting on these calls, mate? Mate, I ask myself the same question every day. Truth is, just purpose, to be quite frank with you guys. I get bored. It can be lonely out here, you know. I left my entire life behind in London, moved to Dubai 5 years ago, just from the money that I've been making from trading, as I wanted a better lifestyle. Then quickly realized that not everyone can come with you because of cost of living. Not everyone learns as quickly as you do. And sometimes you realize when you're trying to make a lot more money, for other people, sometimes the pressure's not healthy and you end up messing up on other things. So just purpose, man. I try and help you guys. There is a level of satisfaction that I get when we all make money together. Do you know what I mean? That means that more of you can come and join me out here in Dubai, so it won't be so boring. How do you identify fair value gap only on higher time frames? No, Michael, fair value gaps are going to be identified on all time frames. So look here, this is on the 5-minute time frame, and we've got some fair value gaps here. Okay, these are some smaller fair value gaps. So hopefully it will touch that. But every time you change your time frame, you will see the fair value gap of that time frame. Okay, and right now, if you lot checked on the 4-hour, the only fair value gaps that we got on the 4 hours, like the main ones, were these two bad boys at the top, which is only here. Look, these two. Now, if I draw a line at the bottom of this fair value gap, for example, it's only at what, 32.76? It's not a million miles away. Could get there. Could be a massive buy, look, all the way up to there. Then you guys would have caught like 700 pips. Go back to the 5 minutes, see what it's doing. Still pushing up, lovely jubbly. Let's go to the next questions. Where's the wife? Where's the wife? I don't have one. Next, we got if the system closes between 10 p.m. to 10 p.m., what happens is I have £3.6 on a swap and my trade went past 10 p.m. Yeah, so there's swap fees, which is when you leave a trade over the weekend, or when you leave trades on over that period, there's a swap fee. It's how the brokers make their money, basically. It's an additional fee. So that's why I always recommend to just close it. Don't have anything running. Could you please upload today and Tuesday's recording, even from Google Drive? Find them so helpful. Would love to study them again. The answer to your question is yes, I can. Bear with. I'm trying to put something together and then let you guys have a proper play around. Okay, lovely. Josh, I'm glad you learned a lot. How many hours did you sleep? You don't even want to know. Like 3. So yeah, I rarely sleep, which is a bit unfortunate. Yes. Trade ideas on all these scalp that the interest rate to price moves quickly. Look, the thing is, yeah, with gold, And with the amount of news, and look, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Gold right now, okay, is at $4,208 an ounce. It is absurd. Okay. It is like what the fuck is what it is. Facts. Okay. I remember trading gold when it was $1,000 an ounce. Yeah. The fact that it's gone up 4x is like mad. It's mental. Okay. So trying to calculate where gold's gonna go today, tomorrow, or later on, XYZ, is not there is no longevity in that game. Okay. There is no longevity in it, which means you are purely guessing. That's why when I trade and people go, oh, but it's scalping. Well, no, it's not a scalp if you're catching 50, 60, 70 pips. That's not a scalp. You know what I mean? It's not like press buy and then close your eyes. There is market analysis done to it so that you guys understand that there is a bit more than just guesswork. If I start trying to predict where gold is going to go tomorrow or the next week, so that is pure gambling, and I do not do that, right? So FYI. I'm saying when do we require to study about do we require to study about OB for bad entry? Guys, the best thing you can do, okay, to get good at this is to keep marking up your charts, okay? Keep marking up your charts like I do every single day, okay, and practice. Okay, remember, I've been doing this for 11 years. It didn't come overnight, but there was nobody that helped me. Okay, I've done it all off my own back. So you guys have got me. So, you know, like winning, literally winning. If you were in a bear market, would you only be trading sells or buys? Correct. Yes. We still do sells. It's not like we don't. We still do some sells. We're just doing at the minute more buys. What's your IG? So it's official. It's at Hassan, for anyone that doesn't know. I don't talk that often, FYI, but I do post a lot of stories. Issue going way past the hour. Oh yeah, cool. I have gone past the hour. I'll keep doing this for you guys. I'm enjoying you guys. All right, guys. Well, listen. I'm still in this trade. We're in a buy. Stop loss is set. A lot of you have made money. You're taking your money. It shouldn't be doing this, which is a bit gay. So if this now goes from here, comes up, maybe wants to touch this line and then go back up, I might look for another re-entry at like 42.03, 42.04 area. Buy again, slap a buy in. My stop loss will be probably just below that at that given point, so 32.01 or 3200. But yeah, I am looking for this to go at least touch these two fair value gaps here for sure. Like I can't see why it doesn't want to do that. So 32.13 or 32.15 is what I'm looking for at the minute, just so you guys are fully aware. Okay. But on that note, I have been on this call for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I enjoyed every minute of it. So thank you so much. Guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you need me, DM me. I'll do my best to get back to you. Other than that, I'll speak to you soon. If gold does this, and then it goes down here and comes up like this, and then starts going like that, you sell. Okay, so around here, so like 41.98, I'd sell. You can sell down to like 41.78. You can sell down to 41.84. You can sell. You can catch pips. If this drops, it's a fat sell. You can eat the sell nicely. But otherwise, we are still predicting a buy. So I'm expecting this to go up. So yeah, like I said, at least to here. Let's give it a go and see what happens. But yeah, on that note, guys, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Need me, call me, only joking, don't. But yeah, I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna do Monday or Tuesday next week. I suppose I'll do a little toll. We can talk about it if we should do Tuesdays and Thursdays or Mondays and Wednesdays. So let me know. I'm down to do either or because I'm super free. But yeah, on that note, God bless you all. Have a fantastic night. Sleep well. Wake up great. Let's catch all the signals tomorrow. Try and not miss them. If you want to get better, master MetaTrader 5. That's really the key ingredient. After this call, this video will download, and then I'm going to try and push it out to the Telegram channels, and then hopefully you guys can take it from there. But on that note, God bless you all. Lots of love. Peace out.